The problem I'm trying to solve today is that when I put two electric bike, and specifically fat tire bikes, on the back of our XT2 carrier, it covers up all the brake lights and the tail lights, which isn't ideal, particularly on long trips. So I've got this LED light kit that's supposed to be turn lights, running lights, and brake light, and I'm going to mount these on the bike carrier, and we're going to see if that solves the problem. Let's check out the components I'm using. I've got this CURT auxiliary LED indicator light kit, and it's got a cable harness. It's got 2 bars that plug into that cable harness. These are LED lights in there. This bar is rigid, so in order to allow for the curvature of the bike carrier, I'm going to mount it with Velcro, and I think that will give me some options of whether I want to keep it mounted or I don't want to keep it mounted at times. And then if I need to run any of these lines, I'm going to use these mounting cable ties. And you see this is just a standard zip tie, but you can see a hole in there, and I could drill a hole and use these sheet metal screws, which are stainless steel so they won't rust. I can use those in order to mount these cable ties and run those cables if need be. So let's get started. I've marked out where I want these to go, and I'm going to mount them on the gray plastic piece here. And in order to make sure the Velcro has a good solid surface to stick to, I'm taking some alcohol and cleaning these up. These light bars have 3M automotive tape on the back of them, so I'm just going to go ahead and remove that. Coming right off. And then I'll clean these up, make sure they're ready to stick. And wipe these bars off good. Let them air dry. Ready for the Velcro. For the Velcro, I've got the hook side and the loop side. And the hook side, which is the stiff side, I've cut my strips in 6.5 inches because the light bars are 7 inches. Here I am applying the soft loop side to the back of these LED bars. And that tape is 6.5 inches long, and I bought the 3/4 inch wide, so it fits on there perfect. I've got my markings here and here where I want the ends of the bar to go. So I'm going to apply this Velcro, the hard Velcro, the loop side, to right in the middle of this and the other one. I think that's going to work out great. This is going to tell me exactly if this is going to work or not. So get that out of the way. This is our bottom. That's going to work awesome. Let's see how hard it is to remove it. It's on there very good. That is not going to fall off. This is what it looks like with both of the LED bars mounted. And when it's open, like it would be when it's mounted and you're carrying bikes, that's where the LED bars will be. Coming off the ends of each of the LED bars, of course, the plugs. And this is the wiring harness plug, so you can pretty much guess where each one goes, right? On connections like these, I always like to put some dielectric grease in the connectors. I think that's just good practice, especially when it's going to be, you know, in the rain, in the weather. This dielectric grease is great for everything. I use it on my e-bike plugs as well. Works fantastic. The plugs have a little indentation here, and you can see the groove right there. Match those up, push them together, screw it down. So before I go any further, I'm going to go ahead and hook these up to the vehicle make sure the lights are working, and then I'll think about the cable management. So let's check them out, see if they're working. That's the running lights, so I know they're lit up and should have a good connection. So I'm going to kill the lights in here in the garage, and I'm going to go outside and check them out, and we'll see what they look like in the dark. So what did I decide to do about cable management? Not a whole lot, to be honest. So the wires come from the left and right side. They come together. I zip tied that. I zip tied it underneath. Then they come into a junction here on the main wire, which goes to the vehicle itself. And since the Thule XT2, both of those sides flip up, I need to leave some play in here. And since it's winter out right now, and I don't want to put the bikes on there and work on it then, I'm just going to wait until springtime comes. And next time I have the bikes on here, I'll figure out how I want to route this cable. But that's the least of my worries. The big accomplishment is now that since the lights on the vehicle were all covered by the fat bikes, and now I've got some auxiliary lights, I think it'll be much safer. I'll feel better about doing my long trips, and I'm going to call this a success.